Hope you had a good night's rest, and we're here. I'm Rich Bergstrom. I'm part of the Adjunct faculty here at Indiana University School of Medicine, and it's my pleasure to welcome you today to our third and final day of this symposium. We have lots of great talks scheduled for today, and we look forward to another exciting day. I've really enjoyed the program so far with great presentations. You know, it's 29th of February, 2024. So we actually have an extra day, and you decided this year, and you decided to spend that day at the symposia. Isn't that great? Well, as they might say, let's hop right into it. Well, you know, it is leap year, right? So let's hop right into it. Okay. All right, my jokes are falling flat. Okay. Well, you know, you got to tell a good bar joke, I think. So, a pharmacometrician walks into a bar with a cat on her shoulder, and the cat's wearing a Kansas City Chiefs cap. So the bartender says, "Oh, that's neat. Where'd you get that?" And the kitty says, "Oh, at Bergstrom. They've got 100 of them there." Well, I'm not sure how many pharmacometricians are at Bergstrom, and I'm not sure even if the cat meant that. Maybe she meant the Bergstrom has a lot of Kansas City caps. I don't know. It's unclear. But anyway, in any case, you know, our discipline of pharmacometrics is growing, and we're seeing expansions both in the amount used in regulatory environment, and companies are using this to make important decisions, and a lot of great academic research is going on because we have these tools that we can use to really explore. And we have to thank the computational power that we have. You know, when I began as a graduate student at the University of Michigan under John Wagner, it was like, well, you know, he had like a little TI 59 calculator or an HP calculator or something. We used to do all the pharmacokinetics on that. So you can imagine the advances we've made. Actually, Yoga Gubru and Alison Dunn wrote a nice paper in the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology about a year ago, describing the trajectory of pharmacometrics. And if you've not read that paper, it's just kind of a good thing to see. We are growing science, and it's interesting to see the amount of impact we've had. You know, as we enter today, it's really not possible for us to really be here today without sponsors. And again, I want to, like the other who have introduced the day, I just really want to thank our sponsors for supporting our symposia, enabling us to be here together and to share our ideas and think about things. I really appreciate each of them for doing that. You know, as we look at the industry, it's really starting to change, right? This is an interesting paper. It just came out a couple days ago, actually. And it's data from 2023, well, actually back through 1998 on the amount of approvals that FDA has given to various therapeutics. The dark blue bars are new chemical entities, so these are small molecules, obviously. The light blue bars are the biologics, and you can see, and then the orange line sort of the trend line for biologics, if you will. And so you can see, actually now, in 2022 and 23, it's around 50% of the new molecular entities or the compounds being approved by FDA is a combination of both new molecular entities as well as biologics, and that's really quite something. You know, this past year, we've had a therapeutic approved that came out of CRISPR technology, 4 gene therapies, the first disease-modifying Alzheimer's drug, 2 vaccines and 1 preventative therapy for RSV, over a dozen antibody-based drugs, including bispecifics for T-cell engagement. And so really a lot of exciting work goes on. I think as we approach this new space of biotechnology, some of the tools that we've developed in pharmacometrics is probably just as applicable to them as it is to small molecules, but yet there are new challenges to face. And so we got to be prepared for this new therapeutic space. And some of our talks today are on that topic. And so we've had some already in this symposium, which is really great. Well, It's also interesting to see how much the FDA is really responding to the changes in technologies that are happening. The FDA formed a Digital Health Advisory Committee in 2023 in October. And this is to really focus on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and augmented reality. And they also approved BrainC, which is a AI-powered software that uses the MRI scans and cognitive test scores to predict the likelihood of patients with mild cognitive impairment. I think they need to test me. Anyway, to predict this for the association of progressing to Alzheimer's dementia. So we're really making a lot of advances, and we're right here on the cutting edge of these kinds of things. And I just really appreciate all the opportunities. Just a few general thoughts and comments as I wrap up my introduction this morning. We get to the speakers who really have the good things to say today that you'll really be interested in. But a couple of thoughts as I was thinking about what has happened over the last couple of days that we need to remember to keep our focus on. I think two of them came to my mind. A couple of speakers have addressed these already, actually. But the first is that data is golden, right? That is, the data are the most important thing that we do. And if we don't have good data, we can't make good models. So you can't overcome really crummy data with a really elaborate model. It just doesn't happen. It's not a way to do. So data are golden. And then the second thing is that as we develop our models, we need to keep in mind that we need to always figure out how we can prove that this model is really improving therapy. I mean, I think sometimes we get so involved in our models, and it's a complex process, certainly. But we get so involved in forming our models that we forget the objective is to really improve the outcome for therapeutics for people. And so to test that and to really understand that is really what we need to do. Well, those are my comments for today. I probably bored you enough. So I'm going to introduce Malika Widjay to introduce our first speaker.